What if everything you see, hear, and feel right now is a lie? Not a metaphor. Not a philosophical idea. A literal, biological lie your brain tells you every single second of your life. Scientists have spent decades trying to understand why the human mind blocks out most of the world around you, and what they found is so unsettling, so deeply strange, that it changes the way you understand yourself forever. Because here is the truth: you are not experiencing reality. You are experiencing your brain's best guess at what reality might be. And the gap between those two things is far larger than you ever imagined. Think about this for a moment. Right now, as you watch this, there are sounds you cannot hear, colors you cannot see, details in your environment you are completely blind to. Not because your senses failed, but because your brain made a choice. A cold, calculated, unconscious choice to hide most of the world from you. And the terrifying part? It does this to protect you. But protection always comes at a price. To understand why your brain does this, you have to go back to one of the most fundamental problems in the history of human survival. Millions of years ago, your ancestors lived in a world that was trying to kill them. Every rustle in the grass, every shadow, every sound in the dark could mean death. In that world, the brain faced a brutal challenge. Too much information meant slow decisions. And slow decisions meant death. So the brain evolved a ruthless filtering system, a system designed not to show you everything, but to show you only what it thinks matters most. That system is still running inside your head right now. And it hasn't stopped since the day you were born. Here is where it gets genuinely strange. Scientists estimate that your senses receive somewhere around 11 million bits of information every single second. 11 million. But your conscious mind, the part of you that thinks, decides, and experiences the world, can only process about 50 bits per second. Do the math. Your brain is hiding 99.9% of reality from you at every waking moment. Not some of it. Not most of it. Nearly all of it. The world you think you're living in is a razor-thin sliver of what actually exists around you. But it goes deeper than just filtering out noise. Your brain doesn't simply delete information. It replaces it. It fills in the gaps with predictions, memories, and assumptions so seamlessly that you never notice the stitching. There is a blind spot in each of your eyes, a place where the optic nerve connects to the retina and where you are completely, totally blind. And yet you never see a dark hole in your vision. Why? Because your brain invents what it thinks should be there and pastes it in without asking your permission. You are literally looking at a hallucination right now, and it feels completely real. Neuroscientists call this predictive processing. And it is one of the most revolutionary ideas in the science of the mind. Your brain, they discovered, does not wait for information to arrive. It is not a passive receiver like a camera. It is an active prediction machine that constantly generates a model of the world and then uses incoming sensory data only to correct its mistakes. You are not seeing what is out there. You are seeing what your brain expected to see, slightly adjusted by reality. Most of what you call experience is not perception at all. It is imagination, running on autopilot, faster than thought, quieter than breathing. This is why magicians can fool you so easily. This is why eyewitness testimony is notoriously unreliable. This is why two people can stand in the same room, look at the same thing, and walk away with completely different memories of what happened. Your brain is not recording events. It is constructing them. And every construction is shaped by your personal history, your fears, your desires, and your beliefs. Two people never experience the same reality. They experience two different versions, built by two different prediction engines, running on two different lifetimes of experience. And there is one experiment that made this undeniable. In a now famous study, participants were asked to watch a short video of people passing a basketball and count the number of passes. Simple task. Easy enough. But halfway through the video, a person in a full gorilla suit walked directly into the center of the frame, stopped, beat their chest, and walked off. And more than half the participants never saw it. Not because they were careless. Not because they were distracted. But because their brain had decided the gorilla was not relevant to the task at hand. It was filtered out. Erased. Made invisible by a mind doing exactly what it was built to do. Scientists call this inattentional blindness. But it points to something far more disturbing than just missing a gorilla in a video. It means that right now, in your actual life, things are happening around you that your brain has decided you do not need to see. Opportunities. Patterns. People. Details that could change everything, hidden from you not by the universe, but by your own mind, quietly deciding what matters and what doesn't, without ever asking you. Now here is the part that most people never think about. Because your brain runs on predictions, those predictions are built from the past. Every time you walk into a familiar room, your brain doesn't really look at it. It retrieves a memory of it and projects that memory onto your vision. You think you're seeing the room. You're actually seeing the last time you really paid attention to it, maybe years ago. This is why people miss things hiding in plain sight. This is why you can read the same page of a book 3 times and absorb nothing. The brain decided it already knew what was there, so it stopped looking. This has consequences that reach into every corner of human life. The reason you keep falling into the same patterns in relationships, in work, in how you see yourself, it is not weakness. It is neuroscience. Your brain has built a model of how the world works based on everything that happened to you before this moment, and it filters incoming reality through that model. People who have experienced rejection learn to see rejection coming before it arrives, even when it isn't there. People who grew up in chaos find stillness uncomfortable, because stillness doesn't match the prediction. The model becomes a prison made of the past, disguised as the present. And here is the thought that should stop you completely. If your brain is hiding most of reality from you, if it is filtering, predicting, constructing, and editing everything you experience, then who are you, really? The self you call you is built entirely from a curated, edited, heavily filtered version of the world. Your opinions, your beliefs, your fears, your loves, all of it grew from information your brain chose to let through. You did not choose your reality. Your brain chose it for you. And it made that choice before you were even aware a choice was being made. But here is what makes this extraordinary rather than terrifying. Knowing this changes everything. Because awareness is the one thing that can slow the prediction machine down. When you know your brain is filtering, you can choose to look harder. When you know your mind is running on old models, you can question them. Mindfulness, curiosity, the deliberate act of truly paying attention, these are not just good habits. They are the only tools you have to crack open the filter and let a little more of reality in. Every moment of genuine attention is an act of rebellion against a brain that would rather live in the past than face the unknown. The people who change the world, who see things others miss, who find solutions that seem invisible to everyone else, they are not smarter. They are more awake. They have, somehow, learned to distrust the automatic version of reality their brain hands them and to look again, slower, with fresh eyes. That is not a gift. That is a practice. And it is available to every human being alive. You have been alive for years, maybe decades, and you have experienced a fraction of what was actually there. The world is stranger, richer, more complex, and more beautiful than your brain has ever let you see. And the question you should be sitting with right now is not a comfortable one. If your brain has been hiding most of reality your entire life, what else is out there, just beyond the edge of what you've been allowed to see?